by time, I've just pulled Adrian Mills from a function he was presiding over. We are at the center or at the middle of discussions with African Development Bank to support sanitation improvement within Kisumu City, targeting the non-seaward population within Kisumu. And there's an evaluation mission, and this was actually done courtesy support from VTENS, and then in the middle of a very intense discussion. So I just pulled him out over lunchtime to come here and witness the signing of this MOU as our donor for the project. And with that, I want to request that we really make sure it doesn't delay when it is expected there at 2. So he has to leave here in the next 15 minutes or so. But I want to give him a chance to just say a word of jambo. And as he's doing that, immediately he does that, I want to request that we do the signing of the MOU. And once we sign the MOU, we'll get a word of remarks from the councillor will welcome the deputy mayor. The deputy mayor will welcome the chief guest. But if for any reason time will not allow, we'll allow him to leave immediately after that. But before he comes, I just want to contextualize this particular project. As you heard from the previous speakers, they are talking about Sana, but this is because there's a project we started here with support from, again, another Dutch NGO called Simavi, who is also still a partner you have up to now. And we did a borehole here because there's a lot of need. This community, we may not have time to walk around, but as you are driving in, at times you'll find that pond. The pond there is where most of their domestic water is, they get water from there. The number of open ponds within the neighborhood, that's their main source of water. Water is a real problem. Sometimes in the past, in the 70s, we were still young, the Kiwasko water used to go, not that it was Kiwasko, but it was municipality water, it used to go up to Rabur. But for the last 20 years or so, it has not been flowing. Now, to bridge that gap, and this is the complementarity we're talking about, SANA has supported a number of what we call mini-grid, small community projects, with Wandege being one of them, Rabur is another one, and there are a number, almost 14 within Kisumu town, the municipality area, about 14 small mini-grids. And there was research which was done by international organizations, and VTENS was part of a private that report, which showed that the future of addressing water needs, particularly in the unserved areas, lies in having small mini-grids, the small water systems, and that they have opportunity for addressing the needs because they are low cost in nature and they can be operated and maintained in a sustainable manner. So when Bouye community approached us to support them to upgrade this system to a pipe system, we did liaise with the VTENS, and VTENS sent a team here which did a proposal to Water for Life, another fund within Netherlands, to support this particular project. The project was approved last year, and since that time, actually, this is not the first time Mills is coming. He has been here. I think this is almost the second, if not third time, coming here. So from that background, we did the proposal, the project was approved, and the key components of the project have highlighted in the document I've shared with some of the colleagues here. But the major components of this particular project is to upgrade the existing community borehole, developed with support from SANA, by fitting the electric pump and transmitting main for the into a raised tank of 100,000 liters capacity. We'll also construct a 100,000 meter overhead tank raised on a 15-meter tower. We'll construct a 2.7 kilometer pipeline from Kiwasko line. Those of you who may be aware, Kiwasko line ends somewhere just after the bridge. As you go towards the other road there, and I think the other side of the road, they have crossed the road and there's service that side. But we'd want to get a pipeline from where Kiwasko line ends up to Bouye community, a distance about 2.7 kilometers, 2.75 kilometers. And this will increase the amount of water available and probably supply up to 3,000 300,000 liters per day, which is the expected demand, future demand for this particular area. When I was talking to you earlier, we want to tap this water from Kiwasco line. And it's actually a partnership, a special collaboration we have in Kiwasco. So we would like in every kiosk where we are putting up the facility, we're also going to put some storage tank. So in each of the 6 kiosks, there will be a storage tank on top, so that even if the Kiwasco line, for any reason, there's no water, the communities can still get water for not less than 2 to 3 days. So you can be safe and you can be assured that there will be water throughout as is needed. And that's very unlikely that Kiwasco water will be down for more than a day. I think those are things which we used to see in the past, but with the efficiency which as we've seen in Kiwasco, that is not expected. So those are the main things we would want to do, and we're also providing for stand posts, about 8 of them within the neighborhoods, so that those who cannot go to the kiosk, you can also get stand posts within your household. The total cost of the project is 15 million Kenyan shillings, about 151,717,000 euros, depending on the exchange rate, about 15 million Kenyan shillings. Now, SANA is the agency which is going to manage this particular project. But then, Vitens has an office in Kenya, based in Nairobi. They have a resident project manager in Nairobi who will be overseeing the actual implementation in collaboration with SANA, and we will be coordinating the activities on the ground, but in terms of probably identifying the contractors and so on. But the final payments and so on will be done after approval from the Veterans Project Officer in Nairobi. The fact actually is that there's no, apart from the management fee, there's no money being given to SANA to put in our bank somewhere. The money is still will be at the control of the donor. We will work together with the community. Once the work has been, the output has been achieved, and approvals given in collaboration with Kiwasco, then they'll be advised and they'll make the payment on a schedule. So these are the key highlights, and we intend to serve close to 6,000 people. But then the sub-location is big. The amount of money available cannot allow us to go up to the lower part of the sub-location called Ruea. On this other side, there's Orongo area also, which needs water. And we still need additional money so that we are able to meet the entire population. And this is the consolation I'm giving the CDF colleagues, that we still have a lot of work to do. And for that reason, we have even done a letter of request to the Municipal Council through Latif to give us an additional 3.5 million shillings, so that at the point which we will end the pipe, they will be able to now extend the water to Ruea community, the lower part, so that they also have safe water. So I must assure you that we still have a lot to do. And for those who want to know where we are going to, you simply have to walk to Wandiege to see what we have done. There's the same model of Wandiege that we are upscaling to here. I think the Wandiege brings us collaboration with Kiwasco. It brings out the power of the community to be able to control their own facilities and so on. The nearest one also is Rabur. Rabur also is a neighboring place where, through the program in 87, we drilled a borehole, just the way we did this one. But then we later on gave them a loan of 2 million shillings, and they constructed, they did the distribution system. As we're talking now, from a borehole like this, Rabur now has, is it 300 connections? 300. They have 300 households connected from the same system. And we have managed to collaborate again with the CDF and other partners. Right now, the board is even putting up a bigger and a higher tank. The higher these tanks, the better. So we think there's a lot of potential for collaboration, and we are in it. We look forward to a successful implementation of this project. At that phase, with that clarification, I want to request Adrian just to say a word, because he has to leave in the next 10 minutes or so. And I also want to request the
visitor, and we are going to do it this way. I'm happy to see him taking a Coca-Cola. Why can't we just allow him to take it officially? So I'll say hold Coca-Cola, you will hold it. Then I'll say open, you will do ch, and then take it Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, you'll enjoy it, okay? Are we together? Yes. Hold your Coca-Cola, open it, do it again. Enjoy it.
Jambo, thank you very much for this welcome. First of all, I'm sorry that I have to be here so a bit on a late occasion, and at the same time I have to leave already within 10 minutes, but we had a bit of an unexpected visit of the African Development Bank, and yeah, it's important to be there because of the potential for a new project from their side. I would like to address you as people of Bouye, so to help them improve their operations based on the experience that we have in the Netherlands. Water supply in the Netherlands started somewhere at the end of the 19th century, and by now we have 100% coverage, so everybody has a connection and is served by piped water. But this was not the case 140 years ago, and not even 50 years ago, and we also had our share of cholera in the past century. And that makes, yeah, that maybe explains a bit of our endeavors also to support you here in improving water and sanitation infrastructure. We have more of these partnerships, and we try within these partnerships share our experience on piped water supply, on how can you provide safe water, how can you provide continuous water, and how can you also work on preventing leakages or repairing leakages. We also sometimes fund projects like this, and I should say the funding then doesn't come from the water company directly, but actually we have a fund in which our customers, our clients are asked if they want to support us with some funding, and that is called the Water for Life Foundation. We have some 25,000 people in our area that actually pay a little bit extra to their annual or to their bills. We have annual bills, not monthly bills. And with that funding, which is about €1 million per year, we provide funding for projects like this one here, and we try to support infrastructure investment. So actually, it's not Vitens, or Vitens is not a water company that represents funding here, but it's our customers, and it's Dutch consumers actually that are, in a way, showing their solidarity with you here. Now let me then also let me finish then with appreciating actually our collaboration that we have with Kiwasco and Sana, and we look forward to a very successful project, and we also hope that this really brings a lot of life improvement here to the people in Bouye.
Actually, you are here when you are starting, but we want to see you back. I know in between the monitoring what is happening. This project is supposed to be done in 1 year, and we want to welcome you anytime, and we also want to welcome you when the grand commissioning of the project will be done. Yes. And we can be assured that we are looking forward to that. At this stage, I want to request that all the signatories to this particular memorandum of understanding, the highlight of the launch was the signing of an MOU between SANA and as the managers of this particular initiative to sign an MOU together with the Bouye Water and Sanitation Group. It really just articulates what are the roles of the various partners, and I've mentioned here that we have 6 key partners, and each of the 6 partners have specific roles to do. And these have been articulated here. We have shared this with the partners, they have all read it, and we have agreed that we sign it. And for that reason, I want to request each partner to have, the signatory, to have a copy of this. Then you sign your section, His Worship the Mayor, there's a section for the council. Madam Betty, there's a section for the board. One for the chair. And the secretary will also sign somewhere that I think we'll do after that. So I want to request that just sign your section, then pass that document to the next person.
In fact, this one is missing a page.
Oh,
what page is missing, I think. Page is missing on this one.
Oh. Then you have this. Have this one.
Okay.
Let me have that. Okay, you pass it to the next person and take take theirs. Exchange.
To the right or to the left?
Okay, whichever. So long as you just sign your part of Kiwasko. Chairman, yours is just the first page. Here, the signatory place, the second one, your name is there, Lois, so you sign down there and delete. Then you can pass to him so that he signs.